In this video, we will run a static angle of repose test case with different material and interaction parameters in order to validate the DEM coefficients for future simulations. We will follow Part A of Ansys Rocky Tutorial 2, which is available at Ansys Help. Make sure to download the tutorial files before starting the tutorial. First, let's create a new project. We will use the study inputs to note any useful information about the project. For the physics step, we will add a rolling resistance model, add an adhesive force, and lower the softening factor to reduce the simulation time. Make sure to save your project now if you have not already done so. For the geometry step, we will import geometry files in STL format. From the files folder you have downloaded previously, select the geometries for container cylinder and upper tray and import them using millimeters. To visualize the geometries, just drag them to the workspace area. The next step is to create a motion frame to compute the boundary movement desired. After setting the name, we will add new motion and set its type to translation, which is the default option, and set the time and velocity parameters. Then, we will select the newly created motion frame to the cylinder container geometry. We are able to see its movement in action. By clicking on Preview in the motion frame data editors and using the time toolbar at the top. Now, let's set the materials. Only two will be used. One for all the geometry parts, defined in the default boundary tree item, and another for the particles, defined in the default particle item. After creating the materials, we will set the interaction properties between them. First, we will define the parameters between default particles and default boundaries. And then, we will set the parameters for a default particle with another default particle. For the particle step, we will create a new sphere-shaped particle group. We will set its size and some added rolling resistance. By clicking on View, the particle will be visible on a window in the workspace. Next, we will right-click the Inlets and Outlets tree item to create a volumetric inlet constrained only by the cylinder wall. We will add the particle and the mass. We will use the cylinder as the region to compute. To finalize the setup, we will edit the simulation duration in the solver data editors. Given the low particle count of this simulation, using CPU will be faster. Once we click Start, the simulation summary window will be displayed. Ansys Rocky was used to set up and process a simulation of a static angle of repose test. Make sure to check Part B and C to understand the basics on how to set up a script, learn about pre-post scripts, and the Ansys Rocky scheduler.